that working for 22 years in the central bank as the governor, and you don't have a home. I know there is someone who wants to use the widow's position and situation to say demand for this house. They will come behind the widow and take it over from her. Bagala causes the death of Mutebire again to rob the nation. Because we know if you have been advising government correctly on expenditure, how to spend and spending appropriately, how to do budgets and run according to budgets, and here your widow is saying, I have nowhere to go after they have gotten us from the government facility or the official residence of the governor. Where was he putting the money for his salary? Don't scandalize Professor Mutebire at a time when he's supposed to rest in peace. But now you go to spend 500 million on a day, just a single day, or maybe 3 days, and then you are saying the widow doesn't have where to start from. Mutandikire kwezo weziba zirabisi. Balemo kuswaza governor Mutebire teba muswaza, because even the primary teachers who are getting 600,000 over 450,
they have where to stay.
They have where they call home. Kubanga nzerwe nawulide nengamba katulabe Museveni naye nga afuluma na Kasero Janet nagamba sirina wulenda kati mumpe na Kasero ba mumpe ntebe
abatuleka abo
kati gwe tuba tusokedde ku ekyo. You know, the way I'm seeing Uganda, things begin like it is a joke. Before you know it, it becomes now the norm. It becomes, they now call it a new norm. It becomes a norm. So we have to fight like we are fighting COVID, like we have fought HIV, like we have fought malaria, like we have fought tetanus and these other diseases. Also have to fight another pandemic of early pregnancies and early marriages.
Absolutely.
We need to speak and speak and speak and advocate for these young girls who are about to lose a future and condemning them. We are going to have a decade of lost opportunities. So these young girls who are going to be mothers at a tender age, don't get surprised that their children may also never go to school.
Okay, a very good evening, all our viewers all over the globe, especially people in diaspora. Kampala na wano twatumideko mwina mwasibye mutya musuze mutya muli mutya. Twebaza omukama bulambu atuwadde nti tukyali balamu okutandika okuva lwe twazala up to date. We are still health, breathing, and we are very happy for that. The most important rich and healthy people, they've all gone away, but we are who that are still breathing. It's a gift from God and really appreciate. Secondly, we appreciate all of those who watched the last program of Honorable Winnie Kiiza. We appreciate the comments and the advice you sent. And that's why we've bothered again to look for her once again, such as she can say something around the globe of Uganda to teach us and direct us where we know the government sometimes goes wrong. There's a lady called Momo in Washington that was said she is still willing to be taking care of all your programs when you're presenting, and now when I sent her number, she will contact you, so we can have these constant programs every time, and she's still ready to do that. Necho kubiri mbebaza nnyo mwena ababaddewo mu kwagira mukuru ya Rugaba William musajja badde mu radde of prostate cancer, but now is improving. Haji Kabogoza tukutumideko okutambula nawe M&J Medicare Clinic mwena twatumideko. Necho I still appreciate all of you. As we told you last time, we need this program to be sponsored by anyone. If you're still willing, please contact us for ads and other things of that kind. Kwatuli ne Mama Winnie Kiiza kutumanga the former leader of opposition. Naye issues ziri mu ggwanga mama nyingi zitingana, ezimu ziri positive, ezimu ziri negative. But another bad news is after us losing the governor of ggwanga lya Uganda. Other Ugandans are saying it was good news for him to die. And there are those who are saying, please, it was bad news for Uganda to lose such an important person. Say hi to our viewers, tutandikira.
To all our viewers, I want to say, how are you once again? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I want to thank all those who made comments. The last time when I appeared on this show, I loved the comments. Others were encouraging me, others were advising me. But all the same, I want to say continue watching, continue viewing, and continue participating in this program.
Yep.
I'm excited once again to be hosted.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And thank you so much, Dr. Habwa. Momo, thank you so much. Grace, and all of you.
And your friend, Be Nice.
Yes, be nice. Be nice. I really want to meet you physically, and I try to be nice.
To her, to all
I
to the
saw
globe.
that I can try to be nice to the globe. She has encouraged me and has taught me so many things.
Okay.
During the short time I interacted with her during her Be Nice program, that there are so many things that we do, but among the many things that we should be doing for the world to make it a better place is just to be nice.
Amen.
And I want to encourage people to always be nice. At least let there be someone who will say, if it hadn't been for so and so, possibly I wouldn't be what I am. To them, you are nice.
Yep.
And so, be nice.
Amen. We love that.
And I want to thank God who has brought us this fight. It's unfortunate Uganda lost one of the prominent leaders, the governor of the Bank of Uganda, and I really want to say it is sad. There will be those who will say it is good riddance, but to me as a human being,
it's bad news.
I will say it is bad news for the country. It's so sad for his family. It is so sad for Uganda because Mutebire has really been a man of his words.
Yep.
Mutebire has been a governor of the Bank of Uganda for some time. And by the way, Mutebire was a transparent man. Many times he would advise government, and at least I have enjoyed the privilege of reading some of his advice, telling government on certain expenditures and saying, no, this one you can't do as government. This is taking us nowhere. I still remember when Mutebire said, I am sorry that I encouraged government to go on with the election of 2021.
Okay.
So this is the man we are talking about, a senior economist, a senior banker, a resource that the country has lost.
Absolutely.
It is so unfortunate that he really died at a time when we would have needed his ideas most. But it is also so sad that as a country, very serious leaders of this nation still die out of the country, looking for better medical care, when we as a country, we are saying we have progressed and have progressed and have progressed. If I may use the Minister of Finance's words, he said the economy is growing.
Matia
Kasaija. While I was still in Parliament, we passed a budget of a super specialty hospital of Lubowa. Agreed to a loan of over 1 trillion so that we stop going out of the country. This was in 2019. But as I speak now, not even a foundation of the super specialty hospital has been put in place.
But the money was spent.
The money was passed. I can imagine if this hospital possibly had been worked on, maybe Mutebire wouldn't have died in Nairobi.
Maybe.
Because we thought, and the issue that they were giving those who came to ask for that loan was that Uganda is losing a lot of money going outside this country to get medical treatment. We want to cut on those costs. Some of us who were against the loan because we knew that if we are to guarantee someone to get money and he doesn't pay, Uganda is going to do what? To pay the loan. We said instead of borrowing it for some other person, why don't we as a country borrow it? If they have said we are credit worthy, why don't we borrow it and equip our own health facilities so that we don't take our patients out of Uganda?
Absolutely.
Let us own up the loan. We build the hospital ourselves. But I got shocked that when we wanted to go there as members of the budget committee, they chased us.
Hey.
The health committee wanted to go and see how far the construction has reached. They chased them. So, ebiri mu Uganda binyiza.
Nati megamba chiri mu Uganda mama nyawo.
kiri mu Uganda mama nyabo byo binyiza kubanga now I see a whole governor of Bank of Uganda dying in another country, indicating that he couldn't be in position to get money from the central bank, give it to the nation so that tutereze byamalwaliro. So it is so unfortunate really that Mutebire dies in Nairobi, just our neighbors here, simply because we could not afford his medical the facilities that would have given him a comfortable rest. It is so unfortunate, and really we need to continue pressing on and ensuring that the expenditure that the country goes into, zo expenditures ezo ziba ziri ngaza kutasa bulamu bw'abantu oba okukulakulanya eggwanga lyaffe. So si kugamba nti when we go to borrow to put into people's pockets. It is so hurting and so disgusting.
Absolutely.
The other issue that hurts me in respect of the passing on of the governor is now the discussion going around in the country that the widow pleaded that she doesn't have where to go after they are told to leave the official residence. I said, for heaven's sake.
The most highly paid person.
Mutebire has been amongst the well-paid officers of government. I may not say that he didn't have expenses. He had expenses. But I think the reason why they pay us when we work is that we can be able to do a few things. Really, that makes it a little bit confusing and a little bit sad that working for 22 years in the central bank as the governor and you don't have a home. I know there is someone who wants to use the widow's position and situation to say demand for this house. They will come behind the widow and take it over from her. Bagala kozesa the death of Mutebire again to rob the nation. And I think that is where things go wrong. They have reached even an extent of using dead bodies to steal. To the extent that you even want to use the widow, say, Mundekerene nyumba, you just leave me in this house. It would be okay to say, Bananga, I have gotten used to it. I still remember my sister, Honorable Winnie, when they wanted to, of course, when Dr. Besige retired from the army, and they were taking everything that belonged to government, she pleaded with them and said, at least leave me with this uniport. The uniport that we were using in Masaka, I had special attachments to it. They couldn't even leave her with the uniport.
Nenga abadda kulya government.
Ngakola mu government. They said these are government properties which we must take away. Now it is so sad that people want now to use the unfortunate situation eri war okugamba nti you gamba government ekuwe nyumba eyo. What I know, someone will come behind and say, oh why? To be gate nkuwe maka ko genda nange nzigaza maka. It is so sad and really sometimes it depicts wrongly about the leadership of the person in the central bank. Because we know if you have been advising government correctly on expenditure, how to spend and spending appropriately, how to do budgets and run according to budgets, and here your widow is saying, I have nowhere to go after they have gotten us from the government facility or the official residence of the governor. Where was he putting the money for his salary? Sometimes waliwo ebintu ebiswaza and they don't have to come out in the public. Bali badenga babirekereri ne babyogerere mabegeyo babyogera quietly so that really they don't scandalize the man who has worked for all these years in the central bank and has been praised for having worked hard for the country, has been working hard, has stabilized the economy. The economy was not stable in his home.
The economy was not stable in his home.
Yeah, but he's stabilizing the national economy. How? Isn't that a contradiction?
Absolutely.
So really it is so sad, and I would still advise our government And those who think they are closer to people, stop scandalizing them. Don't scandalize Professor Mutebire at a time when he's supposed to rest in peace.
May his soul rest
and
in
I really want
peace.
to say, may his soul rest in peace.
Okay, ngachali kwecho balese budget, the most expensive budget ever since I was born. Nti jebagenda okukozesa mu kuziika Professor Mutebire. Lwaki twakute budget eyo nti bagamugulira ennyumba kugamba it's unfortunate that everything has been escalated in its own way. Budget only for funeral service only egenda mu billion bazimberemo omukyala w'ennyumba mwezo sente nakyo kiggwe.
I think you have just said it. Instead of wasting all that money, let them just do tents. People came to bury.
Not to stay. Not
to stay in Professor Mutebire's home. People came to bury. You know, people will only go there to bury. If they will go there to bury, instead of wasting the 500 million that I'm seeing, if it is true that that is the budget of 500 million.
N'omulamba gukubako enjawulo bano basajja si bano.
Nakugambye.
Kagadde akantu ako.
Banange. Let them use that. Begin from there to prepare a decent home for the widow.
Ekyo kimala.
Ekyo kigwe. But now you go to spend 500 million on a day, just a single day, or maybe 3 days. And then you are saying the widow doesn't have where to start from. Mutandikire kwezo bweziba zirabise.
Ne million 5 mukaga monthly.
Well, let me not go that side. That's why I'm saying that okubyogera mu lwatu nti the widow said, because nalabye deputy speaker ngagamba, the widow spoke to me and said I talked to my husband. Bwe tuva wano tugenda tudawa. Meaning she was worried, and I feel so sad that that is the situation. But really, it doesn't depict the high-profile person we are talking about. And that is why I'm saying, don't be shame the man when he's dead. Ebyo mubyogerere eri kubali bali balemo omuswaza nga fudde n'okuswaza eggwanga lyaffe kubanga bw'ogamba nti Central Bank Governor tayina amaka oba oswaza ggwanga si Mutebire. You are just be shaming Uganda tuswaliramu
basajja mu kifo ky'okuswaza mujoga tebakyaswala ne baswaza buswaza
balema okuswaza Governor Mutebire tebamuswaza, because even the primary teachers who are getting 600,000 over 450,
they have where to stay.
They have where they call home. Balina amaka gaabwe,
balina n'abaana
be baweerera nebyo bye tugamba. A primary school teacher who is getting not more than 600,000
ayina ka savings kakola.
We are even saying we are bali bulungi kubanga ensi yaffe Uganda is now progressing. Museveni alese emirembe
ne Kasajja agambye economy liri ku kati mweri economy liri ku Central Bank Governor nogamba ntayina wasula bano agatuko babukuba enjawulo
baswaza nabo balema okuswaza omusajja yakoze erinnya lye
ne singa azuukuka essaawa zino
ayinza abakuba emigo. So if it is me, really, I would even come back and say, muleko kunswaza.
Mundeke
mpumule mirembe. If there are relatives and friends, in fact, abayita bemikwano bamutebire baswadde. The friends most especially, because in a situation like this, it is the friends who should advise. Don't put the name of our friend to shame.
And at the nation at large. And
then it is not now about him. Because even doing the budget of 500 million, it's about the country. The governor of the Central Bank of Uganda is dead. That is Uganda. That is why he's given a state funeral. Because it is now Uganda on the front line. And then you say this governor doesn't have a home.
How possible is it?
Really, let them not put the old man's name to shame. kubanga nze lwe nawulidde nengamba katulabe Museveni naye nga afuluma na kasero Janet nagamba sirina wenda kati mumpe na kasero ba mumpe ntebe
abatuleka abo abatuleke
kati gwe tuba tusokedde ku ekyo. You know the way I'm seeing Uganda, things begin like it is a joke. Before you know it becomes now the norm. They now call it a new norm. It becomes a norm. So that whoever is in a house of government waba avayo nagamba sirina jengenda banange mundekera makagano, let government buy it for me. There is a category. I know Mutebire will have some gratuity. They can begin from the gratuity. Nebalekerawo. Maybe if he had retired earlier, that is also another issue that we should begin talking about. When do we allow our leaders to rest so that they begin planning for themselves when they still have some energy? I don't want to hear Janet also saying now that I think nange mundekera makagano.
Aizo tugamba mtuke State House eno
njira State House entebe kambereho na kati ntude wane myaka 3 mu ba 40 sirina wala wempita home nawo kambere wano mama nyabo
mama Janet amagojiro wetetenkanya. So nono nsonga eyo tushaleko bazo nakolwa lero ate twebaza nti mama Winnie wali ebigambo bizimbe gwanga. Naye mama nga sinaba kwerabira nga tuva ku omukuru Mutebire. What lesson do you learn, especially you guys in the government? What comes in your mind wa uli antino governor mulamba tabadi na nyumba? Mwe bakurukurutu ba police officials, mwe siwendi nkola mu government nkola bichi. What comes in your mind? It be an open.
It is an eye opener. Yep. But it also tells you why we have failed to develop as a country.
We are dependent.
No, because if the people who are planning for the country cannot plan for themselves, then we are preaching what we can't practice. And there we are not being honest to ourselves. That's why I'm saying, balimo kuswaze gwanga lya Uganda.
Batulekemu
aba babyogera, let them stop that talk there, because biswaza.
Mwebale nyaba agambe nti mama Winnie ye teacher omukyala go tusigaza yini abala tebaliyo bannange bakwada amanya mangi teacher Winnie
ndi musomesa
ate osobeseze bakulu twebaza buli juzo agenda okola education obanji tenantya lecture jiwawa mutabani wo mukulembeze abantu bakwebaza ne bagamba singa. By the way, since then abate nabakudamu kola tweet yonna. Tweet yazemu okulaba ya yesterday batwana yagambye nti eggwanga tulikwase Katonda nagamba kugamba tweet yenga yabya Katonda then omuna mudamu nagamba nti abatamiva abasinga bamala okutamira bataka kuimba nyimba za dini
era nabo bawe muladini
baba
we muladini naye ekiri mu ggwanga lyaffe. Sometimes you want to ask yourself, really anialoga Uganda
abachichi obani
chichiche tuliko, because sometimes you look at people and you think they are reasonable, you think they are sincere, but bye bakola tebiraga sincerity bali mu mitima jabwe ne reasoning yabwe, you begin doubting it. Because I looked at one of my friends in the NRM saying into Museveni when he came, the country was on drip. And he was like, omusawo mutendeke tumwebaze kubanga he put life into Uganda.
That President Museveni?
Yeah, President Museveni, he put life into Uganda, and therefore he has resuscitated the country. The country was collapsing. The country was in ICU, intensive care unit. Kane mugamba mu doctor no. Ne mugamba is sebo musawo okuva ddi ogamba nti omusawo bwaba amala okujanjaba omulwadde. Nagamba kati mulwadde ngawe maze okujanjaba obadde mu ICU sigenda akusibula. Yeso ngalajo omusajja atwesibyeko nti kubanga yatujja mu ICU kati tuonye tagenda tutta. Namba yiba nange the happiness of any doctor kwe kulaba mulwadde we ng'afuluma ddwaliro
ate nenga bwakuwe
naye nga musibula nalaba wali abasawo baffe nga basibula balwadde ba covid ng'abasanyufu
very happy
they were happy ogamba banange mugende tuli happy nti tumaze okukola ki
okuwona
tumumaze okuwona we are the super doctors who have treated you go and do your life on your own kati nenda bono nagamba Museveni talina gyalaga kubanga eggwanga yalijja muki yalijja ku drip
ani ateka ku drip naye
nengamba naye ebyo nga tetunabuuza ni agiteka ku drip. If you are a doctor and you have put life into me and you now want to spagule on me to go showing everybody, you know, this is Winnie, it is me who put life into her, it is even ethically wrong. So even to us leaders, we should be in position to say, yes, if I found the economy in a terrible state, you have put it back to where
it should be.
You think it should be. Must you hang on until you take it back to where you found it? Must you hang on and say, you know, it is wrong. Put it where you think it should be. Let other people start from there.
Absolutely.
Nayenze chendaba, the 26 years that we are celebrated the other day, we are just celebrating falsehoods. Abaliwo, abali mu ntalezo, batugamba nti, actually, if I quote what General Muntu said, General Muntu said, actually, kwa kuwamba, twawamba 25. 25 eza January. Na yene tugamba, we don't want to declare today, so that we are associated with the day when Amini
took
over the country with his cool. We don't want to be associated with his ills. Nenda bane tweet ya Mwambutsia, Professor
from Makerere.
Owa Makerere. Professor ngalaga byone ebiriwo nengamba bambi singa yayongedemu agamba nti neba NRM bagenda Museveni yagenda mu nsiko nti lwabubbi bwa bululu.
Agamba bamubba
nti babba obululu akalulu akababa tekali kake kubanga ye kwolwo yagwa Kutesa yamukuba mu kalulu akewaabwe. He came as UPM, Kutesa was DP, Kutesa namukuba mu kalulu ako. During that election, his UPM, it is only one person who went through, Dr. Crispus Tiongo Wekasese. He's the only one who went through. He also left parliament. He relinquished his seat. Museveni ngomuntu, he was not a presidential candidate. He was a UPM candidate for parliamentary. Nebamukuba. Kati lwe bamala omubwa nagamba kana kalulu bakabbi. Kangene ndwanise ki obubbi bwa.
Alingaze sese banga kuba president neja nentandikira.
Notandikira.
Mbasifuse muyekera.
Nendaba ekyali ekayunga juzi. Akalulu nga baketise okuketika mu lwatu. Nengamba buno obubbi bwabali boogerako bwabatwala musiko.
Bwebo bwennyini.
Ne abantu ne babata nti lwakubanga kaluluko kabbibwa. Bwe tukyaliko ne saawa zino kati count from 1980 lwe yagenda mu nsiko nti alwanyisa obubbi bwa kalulu. Ne kimuleeta wano 86. Mu 86 nagamba sigenda kwerangirira ku 25th because Amini yali mubi. Naye Amini bye yakolanga.
Nyata abantu batandise ogamba
nti they are extrajudicial killings nze nazirabye waffe Kasese sigenda walala.
Nange naziraba keze Kasese the mass graves eziri eri nenda na gundi zino poverty eri mu bantu buno bu drone bwe mulaba bye byaliwo mu biseera bya Amini nali muto naye nalimbira bagamenti no ku mulembe gwa Amini yali panda gali katuli ku panda drone nenda be biriwo ebintu byonogamba nti economy eri mu mikono gy'aba abagwira bye byaliwo wadde yavayo nagamba kati nyo Asians mugende yabagoba naye ebyaliwo mu biseera ebyo kati nze nendaba nti it was just bringing an old wine putting it into a new bottle. The difference is
the similarity. Old wine into a new bottle. So Museveni just came with all that they were doing during Amini's time nabiteka mu NRM kati NRM byeri kukola. So really there was no reason why Ugandans should even say they are celebrating celebrating.
It was also my question. If you have a reason of celebrating,
I don't see the reason. I don't see the reason why Ugandans should celebrate, and therefore it brings us to what is happening. What you were asking about of the exaggerations in the funeral of Mutebire. Someone was even sharing with us budgeting about they are going to only invite 300 people.
Bagenda kula milioni 5 batuleke.
Kati abantu 300 bagenda kulya milioni 5 nga batadeko enkota bibiri ez'amatooke.
Buli muntu agenda
oba ku
ne batakako chiro. This is very serious. Mama, we need to help our government. Batadeko ente 100 cows ez'Amutebire, but they are inviting 300
people.
Well,
I think
anyway.
This calls the government to clean up its own house, see where they spend public funds, and also not to use people's misfortune for their own benefit.
Absolutely.
Because now the family is there crying, we have no support. The only one who has been supporting the family is gone. You are coming in with an expensive funeral budget, and the family doesn't know what they are doing after.
Bayinza okugamba zente twazijja kugula twetu ya Mutebire.
Ne kugenda mu ka small farm which he might be having ogamba muje zente ezisigadde. So really
it's bad news that the government has lost the most important person. As a country,
we are bleeding.
We are bleeding.
It needs courageous people to come up, courageous people to rise and raise up to the occasion to change the status.
Okay.
Otherwise,
we are bleeding.
We are bleeding as a country, and we have gone into many decades of lost opportunities. When we put on now the opportunities that we have again lost during COVID, with our children spending 2 years out of school, with some of them now having dropped out of school, with the majority of them now pregnant with no future, we just say, may God uphold the Uganda.
Era ensika tujize nti affe Katonda yamanyi agenda tukolera. Nenga, without forgetting, don't forget to subscribe and share programs over the globe. People in diaspora, thank you so much for loving. People in Kampala, thank you so much. People in Kasese in particular appreciate. Olina okuleta mama wafoyo. Buli lunaku nembabuuza, buli lunaku tulina byakola bingi, tunabya twogera bwogezi. But all the same, whatever we shall be doing, where necessarily, where possible, tujja kubanga naye. Amanyi Uganda yensi yokka ebamu ebigambo n'obitunuulira n'ogamba ekituufu kye kiriwa. We've just heard recently that you've cut a deal with the government. Mpu ogenze eri ogenda mu yala simanyi oddawa mbu wakoze deal ne government abakwadde sente mbu sibinaako evidence. The government has got the billion of money.
I just love it when you say mpu.
Yes.
How I just wish the person who, you know, sometimes I see trash and I don't want to talk about it. But because people believe what they see on social media, I'll then have to be able to talk about it.
Okay.
Lwaki abantu bagala kunjogerera nga as if I am dead?
Where you get it?
Ugandans must know. Luli nabagamba. I am not a bunch of matoke to be bought by anyone. I left parliament on my own. Tewali yanzijayo.
You are not forced.
And I can tell you the people of Kasese were still willing to give me their vote. Really, did I decide not to contest in Kasese where I would have gotten votes? And let me tell Ugandans, members of the Ugandan parliament are better paid than the members of the East African parliament. That's what Ugandans didn't know.
Come again on that point.
Members of the Ugandan parliament are better paid than the members of the East African parliament.
Linda Kosemba Akati. We have those members of parliament on Omugwanga batamanyi luzungu.
Ababaka abali mu parliament ya East Africa. Aba Uganda basasulwa bulungi
okusinga bali Jiba kugamba ati njagala ogenda.
Nze nasalamu ku lwange obutayesimba we Kasese. So could I have cut a deal? Nti nemo kwesimba Kasese. Nzije nkatinge deal ne Museveni ngamanyi nti bwe tuba tuli mu sente kati zezo ze sente zebogera. Nasalamu obutesimbawo nga ngamba nze nagamba sigenda kwesimba ekisanja kino nga kiweddeko. Nembivaako. Bwe kiba kiri kya sente. Lwaki sayesimba we Kasese n'enkomawo mu parliament.
Awatalina pressure.
Kubanga parliament ya Uganda esasula bulungi okusinga ya East Africa.
Yala.
So lwaki naleka awali esente nyingi nti nzije nkole deal ne Museveni ngenda awatali sente.
Obusente obutono.
Bwe ziba ze sente ze nali njagala.
Oloza beetaga kusiga nziro bakubijisa eri abantu.
Bwe kiba kiri kya iyala actually ne iyala nze sinabirowooza nako.
Tebikulimu.
Tibindina mu mutima sinabirowooza nako. Kyemanyi waliwo ababadde bankubira nga bagamba Winnie jangu tukuwecha iyala. Ne mbagamba abaayi. Ebyo sinabirowoozaako nali njagala kuwumula bya bufuzi. Ngende mu birala. So lwendaba omuntu ng'agamba nti Winnie bamuwadde sente bwe mba nsazeemu okugenda ku iyala nja kujja ku lwange nga manyi nti waliwo ensonga zendaba nti njagala kuyisaawo okukozesa platform ya iyala. So si kugamba ngu balina kusooka bansasule oba nkole deal ne Museveni. Bo balowooza nti ndi nga bo. In fact akiwandiise ndowooza bo be baabwe abali ku mudaala. Bagala kusasulwa. Abali ku line nze siri ku line. Ekyo balina kitegeera. I might be poor but I'm rich at heart.
That's the most important thing.
And to me that is what keeps me free. That I cannot kusimba line ngende wa Museveni mnonyeko sente. If I want the ERA seat, I look for it where they are supposed to give it. And I know it is not Museveni who gives it, it is Parliament. So kugamba nti I go and cut a deal with Museveni when I know that abagaba cha ERA bali mu Parliament, aba member ba Parliament. But no nabisera. Museveni is not a member of Parliament.
But I don't know the member of Parliament, but baina amanya gamu jambu yinzi.
So ekyo kyo kiraga nti abana Uganda bagala kulaga nti abamemba ba Parliament tebalina bwongo obwelondera abantu abe balowooza nti
they can do better.
So to me there is nothing that can take me to Museveni ngende nsimbe line mugambe mpa ku sente tukatinge deal yaki. If I wanted to remain a member of Parliament, I would have stayed a member of Parliament for Kasese district. But I opted to rest. If I want to go to Iyala, I will have wanted on my own. I will ask for the vote from the voters, not Museveni. Museveni has never been a voter.
Tomuzala neye wamwe.
Well, voter electoral college here, Iyala is Parliament. It's the members of Parliament that vote. So before they even begin thinking of me going to Museveni, they should first ask the members of Parliament. If Winnie comes, can you vote?
Oh, yep. I get the point.
Those are the ones they should ask. If Winnie comes, can you vote? Because ne wengende wa Museveni, ababaka nga tebanjagala.
You will not go
Museveni
through.
Museveni is not a voter. You see?
I get your point.
Maybe lwakubanga nti he has majority in Parliament. But let me tell you, I have never talked to anyone nti njagala city ya Iyala. I have not. Maybe they want now to make me start thinking about it. Balinga bachinjagaliza. But what I want to tell Ugandans is that
the
propagandists rest in peace.
Full stop.
Winnie is not a bunch of matoka. I will repeat it. And I'm not a deal maker. For me, I do what I believe in. I don't believe in deals. And if I believe in something, I will do it without any pay because I believe in it. Those are my values. If I will do for you something, you don't have to pay me. I do it. If I will not be able to do it, I will tell you I can't do it. So it doesn't require me at all to first cut deals with anyone. No, that is not me.
You are self-contained. My
decisions are my decisions. Maybe with my God.
Amen.
But for someone to say Winnie went and cut a deal with Museveni, please stop it. That is not me. If you thought I'm about to go to Museveni to ask for the deal of the East African community, please rest in peace. I'm not about to go there. Or if Museveni was waiting for me to get to him to say that I'm coming to cut a deal of the East African community, please rest in peace. I'm not coming. If I am to go to Iyala, I will go to Parliament. That's where the votes are. Not to Museveni, no way. So abo abalowooza nti I will go to Museveni and say sebo nzi uno nzize oba stupid.
Bakumalako emirembe.
Era bemalako emirembe because by the time they start thinking of how they coin these words tuwandike ku Winnie tukole bwe tuti, just wasting your time for nothing. Because that is not me and it will never be me.
Nze bwe nafunye kyekiwandiiko ne ngamba mama Winnie emandu so musajja nantame mama muchala nantameggwa yayiyanga parliament neyuga negamba kyekyamutuseeko. But anyway, that's very nice clarity.
Well, I just want to clarify to whoever is listening to me buli ampuliriza njagala bebaza nadala abo abawandise nga bagamba that's not Winnie. I love that mucha ninamwe subi. You still trust me and I can't betray your trust.
Amen.
I'll still remain the Winnie that you know, the one who thinks upright. Ate kambagambe nze bwemba ndowooza nti Museveni ebyakola birungi sijja kwekweka naye ku luno baleme okubabuzaabuza abo abagala genda mu Iyala nga bagala kusala diluzi zaabwe ne Museveni mugende ewa Museveni
batereze diluzi zaabwe
mugende mutereze diluzi zammwe temulowooza nti maybe Winnie yagenda balemesa diluzi zammwe. I'm not a person of deals. I'm not. Byenkola mbikola mu lwatu.
Open. Broad daylight.
Broad daylight. Wemba njagala Kayala, I will go to the members of parliament mbabulire the reason why I feel I am the right candidate agenda mu Iyala. And they will vote for me if they think I'm the right candidate. But wemba siraba nti there is value I can add to go to the East African community. There is no reason why I should even waste time. So wemba nsazeemo kugenda okola deals ekyo kitegeeza nti I'm not going there for the people I'm supposed to represent. I will be going there for Museveni. And for me, I have never been Museveni's representative.
And I
don't also want to begin now pretending to be his representative. No.
Bakwerabire.
At least ebya deals munerabire. Abo ababadde balowooza nti they will call me for deals, forget. Rest in peace. Abo abatudde nga batandise okwewandiisa obuntuntu mukama basasire. Because that is not me and it will never be me.
Mama Winnie mumuleke mukama basasire temumusibaako matugambuzi kumuliisango. Mama nekisembayo twalabyeko gundi ono mukulembeze nze naye mwadde amanya gange ng'omuntu Mr. Tsunami.
Yaliwo oyo.
Bamuyita Kano. Daktari Kiiza yagamba nga tsunami nga nabakebula nga ndaba tsunami nga kyetegeeza nga ntandika okukankana empale nga zinkankana nga manya ekiddako kikambwe. Mukulu Dr. Colonel Kiiza FDC the man yagambye tino kindly Bob Wine jangu negatteko atandise I don't know what is it all about gwenga yaliko omuntu wa FDC n'atameggwa. Do you think that red card China olugendo basing on this wave jetulina?
Well, I don't know because Sabade kuba planners ba red card.
Okay.
Ndi mu kibiina kirala. Oba red card nakyo kibiina. What I know, it's a group.
A group of people.
It is a pressure group. Si kibiina. I only if I am if I am to be corrected, si kibiina. Chemanyi, it is also a pressure group advocating for change. Naye nze nzijukira ffe twali mu FDC, we were the majority opposition.
Yep.
Other opposition actors bali basoka ne betubuzaako ne bagamba mwa abali dinga opposition tubadde tulowooza bwe tuti mukyogerako mutya. Kati bwe tuba tukirizaganya ku nsonga then bagamba okay mwabali mu leadership ya opposition carry it forward and lead it.
Okay.
So fronts ezisinga obungi Dr. Besigye yali azikulira ne Forum for Democratic Change nge yezikulira kubanga be bali balina mandate eya leading the opposition in the country.
Absolutely.
Kati nze kuluno ndabyemu enkyukakyuka egamba nti waliwo oludo olukulira opposition lwe lulina lead of the opposition in parliament. Waliwo ate omuntu omulala gamba mbayita muje twegatte. Nga tebinafulumira mu bantu. Ndowooza discussions zali sokedde eri wansi. Nga tetunafulumira mu bantu gamba tuyise gundi naye bo bano balinga abayita ebyo bibyona bye bagambye nti tuli kuyita so and so ne so and so. Nti tukoze ekintu. They never involved them from the word go.
Yep.
So awo we wali ndowooza a difference enjawulo eriwo nti kuluno waliwo abantu abasooka ekintu batuuka we batuuka ne bagamba katutekeko ne bannaffe kati banabwe ne bataba involving from the initial stages ez'ekintu. All I can say is that bayitako Alliance for National Transformation where I'm a member. We bayita Alliance for National Transformation Alliance yabagamba tukyali bato. Tukyazimba ekibiina kyaffe. And I think that is also the same reason with the National Unity Platform. Tukyali bato, tukyazimba ekibiina. Musoke mutuweme ebbanga twetereze waffe. So that by the time nga bwe tumanya kiki ekigenda mu maaso. Kyemu planning. Let's first understand. Mukimanye tuvudde mu kalulu. Abantu beekuba mu bululu obwo. Nga temunatereza mitima you have not yet reconciled, you have not done what, mutandika kintu kipya nti mujje tugende. Tusooke tu building ekosesa no wansi.
Absolutely. Tusooke
tu reconciling n'abantu abetwanyiza mu kalulu akawedde oba mu bikolwa byaffe oba mu bigambo byaffe. Bwe tuva mu reconciliation eno tugamba kale let's now forge a new path. So nze, well, it is a thing we are all studying.
Okay.
Studying. Every good idea begins with a few people, by the way.
Absolutely.
Eventually, when people get to understand it, they will join it. I still wish them well.
Okay.
And I still believe that all of us are chasing the same cause, change. Along the way, we shall meet.
That's very nice. I remember two questions. Nengaza yes or no over when. In the other comments, I think you read them. Why don't you join in LOP? And why do you leave politics when you're still active? There are two questions from the viewer.
First thing is that I did not leave politics. Omanyi bwa abantu balowooza nti all politicians must be elected.
Okay.
Bwe nali ndekulira obwa MP obwa woman MP obwa Kasese nabagamba at this point in time sigenda kwesimbawo.
Okay.
Maze emyaka 15 nga nkola obwa MP. Obwa MP nabukola for 15 years. Those were 3 terms of parliament. Nembagamba I want to bring in fresh ideas through someone else so that I can participate in mentoring this leader.
Okay.
So that together we can speak about the issues affecting our country. Kasese is not about Winnie. Kasese is about all the people of Kasese and all the Ugandans.
Sure.
So nembagamba nti kuluno because it is what I told the people of Kasese anyway nga ngenda kwesimba in 2016. Nabagamba bwe tuba tumaze ekisanja kino. Sigenda kuddamu kwesimba.
Tewabagamba mumpe bambi ogusembayo.
Nabagamba by the time I end this term, I will not come back. Kati bone balowooza nti mpozi nkoze ebyo ne bifaanana ebya Museveni ebyakola nti mumpe kuluno sigenda kudda. N'akomawo nti Abannayuganda be bampise. Nze nabagamba n'abasuubiza nti sigenda kukola ki? Komawo. Era kyali kyekyo. Lwe nabagamba sigenda kukomawo ne bagamba nedda tubadde tulowooza nti byali bya bufuzi. Ne mbagamba nedda kyekyo kye nabagamba. At least let's see new blood coming in to inject fresh ideas into the body politic of Uganda and the politics of Kasese.
Yes.
Naye mu politics mwendi nyo.
Moli.
people who ask me, why are you not a member of NOP? I am a member of the Alliance for National Transformation, but I've been telling people, sirina buzibu with anyone who is advocating for change. So it's not about problem. No, sirina problem ne NOP, sirina problem ne other opposition political parties. Ezinonya enchuka mu gwanga fena tukwatira wamu. If the idea is brought by NOP, it's a welcome idea. I will support it. Okay. If the idea is brought by the Alliance for National Transformation, I will support it. If the idea is brought by the Forum for Democratic Change, working as the leader of the opposition in this country, gave me the opportunity to work with many political parties and working harmoniously. So I consider the Alliance for National Transformation to be my home. Okay. Because of the values that they espouse, and they happen to be my values. I had understood these values, and it's the reason I joined them. By the time NOP started, by the way NOP came to be NOP later,
when the alliance was in existence,
when we had already committed ourselves to being members of the Alliance for National Transformation. At the beginning, it started as a people power pressure group. Now, all of us, and the password was, you can be wherever you are, but let's support ekintu echa people power. Ngatulowoza nti it is ekintu echa abantu. And really, people power, for me, I believe in people power.
Manyiga
abantu. Nkiririza mu manyiga abantu, because even me, I have been going through as a member of parliament, lwa manyiga abantu. Ate njagala kwebaza abantu bekasese na wana Uganda kutwaliza wamu. Amanyi g'abantu go makulu. So fena, when we started people power, twali tukiriza nti let's agree that each one of us can be wherever they are, beat from wherever you will beat. Fena naye tulabe nti ekintu tukikola kitu kibugumya. So along the way, nefoka political party. Now kufa bali na obubonanizibwa mu parties zaffe ne tugamba kati nawe ngabwe mufose political party, we shall still work together, but each one of us working now from wherever they are. So it's not that really I have bad blood between the National Unity Platform, and we have been working very well as all of us are in the struggle. We are working closely in the struggle for change and in the struggle to fight the dictator. And I can assure Ugandans that we are removing this dictator.
You've heard.
So if it is the National Unity Platform that is going to remove the dictator, well and good, I will be happy.
You'll be part of the system.
If it is the Alliance for National Transformation that is removing the dictator, I will be happy. All we need is to see change.
Okay.
So let Ugandans not be confused by why are you not in NOP, why are you not in Alliance, why are you not... Let's not fight the smaller battles. Let us go to the main thing. If Winnie is in the Alliance, is she fighting to remove the dictator? If Doctor is in NOP, is he fighting to remove the dictator? So how do we meet to compare notes
and work
on
together?
The channels we are using to remove the dictator?
Sure.
Omanyi, like you are coming from the West.
Yes.
Me who is coming from Kasese, if I'm coming to Kampala, coming from Kasese, I have two options. I can choose to use the Mbarara route, or I use the Mubende route.
Both is way.
Both is into Sawa,
Kampala.
Into se Kampala. So if we fight over where should we pass, I can say kale doctor, yitire Mbarara, nange mpitirewa, Mubende, we meet where we meet.
Mchibuga.
As long as we can agree.
On the same cause.
On the same cause. People who have hunted rats in houses. In houses. Those who have lived in environments where there are rats, I have seen them use rat. I have seen them use the trap. I have seen them use
water.
Many things that they use, but all of them are chasing the rats. So it would also not be correct to put all your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely.
Fight from different fronts, but don't fight along the way.
Different
roots, but same cause. So the struggle is the same from the Alliance and the National Unity Platform, maybe even the Democratic Party, or maybe FDC, or you. All these fronts are leading towards removing the dictator. So let's look for partners that are genuine, that we can work with to remove the dictator, without saying you must all be in one basket.
You know, abasomesa muli bazibu sometimes mulete ebintu in a philosophical way. By the time somebody understands yabadde ategeeza kino.
This is really not a lot of philosophy, but all I know is that we are all fighting to remove the dictator, and that very soon Ugandans will be surprised by the outcome.
Okay. Okay, before they were teacher wafe honorable, it is a doctor, is a professor in the making, and I'm sure you're going to be there because we believe that you had gone for further studies,
yes,
and now you came back as a doctor.
Rebranded.
So, n'olwensonga eyo tuyinza otasuka n'olunaku olwaleero ebisigadde ebisinga ku bino byonna tujja kubyogerako next time. Naye obudde obusinga akatale ke kakenjaga nnyo okwogereko nnyo every time. You advocate for girl child education.
Yeah.
And still we believe that waliwo project zoli mukola okuyamba omwana wa bulijjo, omwana wa wansi asobole okutuuka woli, because we need another Winnie after 100 years to come.
Actually,
how far is that project?
First of all, I would like to thank abobo na abali mu efforts eziraba nti abana bafa abafunye ebizibu naddala mu biseera bino ebya COVID. Abafunye embuto, abaana abalemereddwa okuddayo ku masomero. There are so many people who are trying to speak for them. I want to join them to say twegatte tulwanirire eddembe ly'abaana bano naddala abaana bawala. N'okwegayirira abo abasomesa abagamba nti abaana balina embuto babazadde tetugenda bakkiriza mu masomero gaffe. You are just killing the nation. These are victims of circumstances. They are victims of situations. Abaana mubawe chance. Twogera ku second chance education.
Je tulimu kati.
Je tulimu. Abaana bano, majority of them, ebizibu bye bafunye with the pregnancies that they have, zivudde mu ba relatives.
Mostly.
Majority of them. Abalala. The baana abalenzi who impregnated them,
their sisters and brothers,
have gone back to school. But you want to condemn the girls to a future that is bleak. Yesonga lwaki nsaba bazadde, nsaba government, nsaba bonna abafaayo ku bulamu bw'abaana bawala nti bano abaana mubawe second chance. If you can't afford getting them into the normal education, I still go back to kiri ekyenagamba, mubaweeyo skills. Kyemanyi government abalala bajja tugamba waliyo those institutions eziwa skills. Naye teziri mu byalo.
They are not even affordable.
They are not affordable. Majority of these girls who are going to drop out of school tebayinza azituukirira. Ziri mu matawuni, bo bali mu byalo. And I got shocked when I looked at the government statistics eziraga nti abaana abafunye embuto mu COVID eno, it is 17,000.
And 17,000, to make matter worse, they only projected Central, East and North.
Kasesa alone has 13,000 zebazudde.
Really, I don't know who does this.
I don't know gwebajje statistics ezo. I was going to Bunyangabo, nebangamba they know 2,000 girls who became pregnant and are not going back to school.
Only Bunyangabo?
Only Bunyangabo, 2,000. So nembuza, why do we want to condemn these girls to a future that is bleak? Some of them ajagamba nti abana babyetekako, abalala it wasn't about them. Zali mbeera. So we have to fight like we are fighting COVID. like we have fought HIV, like we have fought malaria, like we have fought tetanus and these other diseases, also have to fight another pandemic of early pregnancies and early marriages.
Absolutely.
We need to speak and speak and speak and advocate for these young girls who are about to lose a future and condemning them. By the way, if we don't take action, we are going to have a decade of lost opportunities. So these young girls who are going to be mothers at a tender age, don't get surprised that their children may also never go to school. And the children of their children may never go to school. So let's take action and stop this cycle. If we are to all progress, if we are to have a happy nation, if we are to fight many of these conflicts that we are having, you are fighting terrorism, you are fighting robberies, you are fighting many things. Answer the question of unemployment, answer the question of these girls, because they are going to become a problem also if you don't take care of it.
Absolutely.
So I really want to say as we conclude that my heart goes out for all those young girls and their families that cannot afford to take further education because of situations that are surrounding them, because of the situations that they have found themselves in, and because of the prevailing circumstances. Please give them a second chance in life and make Uganda a happy place for everyone.
Thank you so much. But see, we've not talked about that organization of yours, that where we feel there are people who are willing, that can come, they join hand in hand with you and work with them to help girl child education. We have friends outside there.
I am doing this through the Winnie Kiiza Foundation.
Okay.
Advocating for the empowerment of the girl child. And I really want us, like my friend said, be nice. I want to say, let's wipe their tears. Let's resolve to make their tomorrow better than today.
Okay.
And if you help through the Winnie Kiiza Foundation, you will have saved a life.
Amen. And we thank God for that.
Let's transform lives for a better tomorrow. And so anybody who is willing to help anyone in that category, it may not necessarily be only the pregnant girls. It may also be possibly any bright but need a student. You will still be welcome. And I really call upon good people, well-hearted people, to support and uplift the education of the girl child in Uganda, in Africa, and in the world.
Okay. That's very much fine. That's the former leader of opposition. Ye actions azitandikiddewo yagakuyamba omwana wa bulijjo omwana wa wansi ali obubi ate bonna bosobola, you can still work in hand with her. Tuweko ku namba essimu oba tujja kuteekako website?
I think, Doctor, I will possibly forward to you the details of the organization. I wouldn't want it to look like it is a Win affair. It's an organization affair, much as it is a Winnie Kiiza Foundation. But the foundation is having a board.
Okay.
The foundation is working with other stakeholders. And I want to implore all those who want to work with us, we shall send you details using this same platform. Okay. Thank you so much. Very soon you receive the details from that Winnie Kiiza Foundation. She's doing this because she knows the next day we want to see another Winnie. You need to see another Roger after tomorrow. We need to see, you know, one thing I loved from you, you are inspiring us before you expire. Yeah, you need to inspire before you expire. But our leaders of today, they are already expired before they inspire. Well, that is a story for another day. But I really want to implore people, be nice. Always be nice to us, we shall be nice to you. We are trying to be nice to each and everyone where possible. May the Lord Heavenly Father be with you. We wish you a very happy Sabbath to those from Adventists, and happy Sunday to the Muslims, and happy day
all the time. Just be nice to each and everyone. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe and share all the time. We love you. Ciao. Next time, same station if all goes well. Same place. Good evening, good morning, and good night, depending the location where you are. Bye-bye.